مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين، محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم إني أسألك أن تجعل نياتنا خالصة لوجهك الكريم، وأن تثبتنا على هذا الدين الحنيف، إنك يا رب على كل شيء قدير. Most excellent praises and gratitude due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. I ask Allah humbly to elevate the honor of the greatest and final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Inshallah, today we'll speak briefly about the angels, and we'll also mention an important thing, an important misconception that some people have. Angels, as we know from the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, are created from light. They have been explained to be lighter than air, lighter than air, and they have wings. Some angels have 2, some have 3, some have 4. Some angels even have 600 wings, like angel Jibril alayhi salam. Jibril is known as Gabriel in English, and the angels are creations that have choices. They're not prevented from a choice. But there's an important matter here. They always choose to do good. They always choose to do good. They never choose to do evil. But they do have a choice. And that's why they are praised in the Quran. That's why they are praised in the Quran. قَالَ تَعَالَى لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمَرَهُمْ وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ, which means they do not disobey Allah in what they are ordered to do, the angels. And of course they do what they are ordered. They do what they are ordered. Now, they are not, they have a choice, but they always choose to do good. How do we know that they always choose to do good? Because the Quran tells us. How do we know that they have a choice? Because if they did not have a choice, they would not be praised. Allah, if a person is doing something good and he has no choice over it, no will from his part, then why would we praise him? Why would we praise him? Why would we praise a person who is doing something, and that something, there's a lot of good there's a lot of good that is coming out of it, but he's not doing it out of his own will. If we see a like robot helping people to feed water, we don't say that, we don't like sit down and praise the robot, but we say, wow, whoever thought about this great invention is the person who is impressive. And the people usually give credit to who? To the one who made the robot, to the one who produced the robot, and not the robot in itself. Now, the angels, they do have a choice, but they always choose to do good. Now, a person may say, well, how could a person have a choice and he could always choose to do good? And he could not have sins on his back or on him or herself. And we tell them the answer is very simple. A little kid, he could be 12 or he could be 13 years old, and he could die with no sins. before a certain age, the children do not have any sins. And they only had good deeds. Or a person could live until he's 18 or maybe 20 and die at the age of 20. He didn't miss any prayers. He didn't fall into any sins. He was very cautious to be obedient to Allah. He had a choice to do the evil, but he only chose to do good. Is that possible? Has that happened? Have we known about anybody that fits that description? Probably not. But is that possible to happen? Yes. It's very possible. There are some children that die at a very young age. They just passed the age of maturity or the age of Islamic pubescency, and a few days or a few weeks later, they get hit by a car, or their heart stops working and they die. So that's possible. Now, the angels are made from light. We know that most of the angels live in the sky. And there are angels around us that we do not see, but they protect the humans from the harm of the jinn. They protect the humans from the harm of the jinn. And a misconception that I've heard from many people, especially the children that I teach, is that they think the angels are literally standing or sitting on your shoulders. And a lot of people here in the States, they say the word good angel and bad angel. There's no such thing as a bad angel. All angels are good. But what they are maybe most likely referring to is the angel that writes the good and the angel that writes the bad. But you do not call the angel that writes the bad, but they're all angels are good and they're obedient to Allah. And they do what Allah Ta'ala ordered them to do. And Allah is not in need of the angels. They call, and I've heard this, they call angels God's helpers. وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ تَعَالَى مِنَ الْكُفْرِ. God does not have helpers. God does not need helpers. If the angels did not record our actions, God always knew and will always know what we will do or what we have done. And the knowledge of Allah does not increase or decrease. The knowledge of Allah is one, it does not change. Allah knows every single thing. Nothing is hidden from the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. محمد سيد الكونين محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم.